Alright, well, what is good, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. This is the trade I took on my Titan Capital Markets funded account and Breakthrough Capital funded account to make total $7,000, and I will be requesting the payouts in 2 weeks. But this is a very clean and nice trade. I actually shared the analysis with my obviously mentorship group, and I'm gonna show you guys the whole idea. So what I do is usually I make a video, but because I was a little bit sick, feeling really bad, I was like, let me just make an analysis. And essentially what we saw was, look, gold swept these liquidities. Actually, I can show you guys why I took this, but obviously like the whole idea is that we will push to 33.40, right? But let me show you guys. So obviously we can see that from here we had that beautiful push. We had a pullback, which is where I entered, and then we had the push. So essentially what we saw was, look, we have this nice liquidity sweep. Gold obviously was in our higher time frame demand, and a 50-minute demand, refined demand as well, where you can see that this low has been beautifully taken out right here, and that was just very nice. That was very clean, and from there on we had a 50-minute chalk flip as well, right? And that chalk flip left behind obviously a demand got retested, and then we went in again, right? And then we had some internal bullish break of structures. That's not really a break, but obviously here it breaks, and then we just kept breaking structure to the upside, showing continuations. And then what we had is we had this tap into this area, which is very clean, and then we pushed up a little bit higher, rejecting from the supply here that broke the previous demand right here, or somewhere around there. I think even this one. So the whole idea is like, look, what could happen from here? We had this push down, push up, so it's kind of like a retest, and from that retest it did react, and then it broke structure again. But knowing that we're in a higher time frame demand and that there is continuations, all we have to look for is just clean buys, right? So we saw that the 5-minute, 50-minute broke structure to the upside. All we have to do is go back to lower time frame, and I just marked out my demand here for a potential retest because I couldn't catch all this. It was a bit too quick. And then once price came back to my demand zone, all I waited for price to obviously show me a liquidity sweep, which is right here. We had that fake initial bounce, and then we just swept that low, and then from there on we broke that high, right? As soon as we broke the high, I didn't enter because there was a potential that it could be a fake out, but then it broke the high, which is where I did enter, right? And then from there on, you enter, you put your stop loss on this low, like that, beautifully. And then from here on, where do you put your TP? I just put my TP on the highs right here of 33.15, which is Asia high. So this was my TP1. I mean, this was the TP on Titan Capital Market account, right? For 3.5 hours, and I was risking about 1.5%, I think. And then for Breakthrough Capital, because I was in a little bit of drawdown, I TP'd at 33.19, which was this high right here. And that is just a beautiful setup, as you can see. That's a 5R, so in total it's about 10R. But obviously, since it's two accounts, we cannot like calculate it on top of each other. But this was a very nice clean trade, barely any drawdown, just continuous pushes to the upside. So I'm really happy with this trade. And it was very simple. And even if you look at these breakdowns, they are very simple, because trading is very simple, and especially these type of trades, they are obviously very simple. All you have to do is just find the right zone, the right confirmations. As you can see, there's loads of confirmations right here, and all you have to do is just execute the trade, and that's it. There's nothing more expected from you than just to execute the trade, hold where you're supposed to hold to, and then be happy with the profits and take it off the market. For example, I took my profits. I'm happy if it goes higher, no problem, because I already made money, and if it goes lower, it's even better, right? But I do think we're gonna go higher. But obviously, if it goes lower, then it's no issue, because I haven't lost anything, because I made money, right? And the biggest issue with a lot of people is that they not know when to take money off the market, and that's why obviously I have that 2 to 3% rule for myself. I just take the consistent 2 to 3% payouts. This also keeps my mind clear of just once I hit the 2 to 3% mark, I just close the trade, and I'm not worried about anything, or missing out on trades or anything. I'm just happy, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys learned something new or enjoyed. And if you do want some other ideas, just let me know, and I will make the videos on that.